Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be popping in to some environmental tech and also RF tools. Hopefully you guys are ready. So I've been doing a lot of work off camera coming up with some really good ideas for power in this pack. And I think we're at the point where everything just opens up. I mean, there's like nothing we can't do at this point. I mean, we have RF tools. And that's what I was kind of looking at with power generation. We have the ability to make ender pearls, and just with the small amount of ender pearls, we could generate so much power with RF tools. It's kind of unbelievable. I mean, we won't get to it today, but I'm sure I'm going to go the endergenic generator route for this setup, like just for this first type of power. It's super easy to make. I mean, and just you get so much power from it. It's just unbelievable. The only problem or only bottleneck would be ender pearls. But I mean, at that point, I'm generating so much that running a quarry to mine up the gravel in our other dimension would be effortless. And then we would have like some sieving. I'm just coming up with so many ideas for what to do with this pack, because I mean, I know it's progression based and we've come to this point where it's, you know, where it's kind of opened up. To this point, it was so fun with all the progression and stuff like that, but we're hitting the big dogs, big dog mods now. So we're into the big guys. So today, I went ahead and got all the materials so I didn't have to scrounge around for them. We're going to go ahead and just get a storage system set up. A really easy storage system at that. And this is just the basic. We could use a storage tablet. Honestly, this would be the same, but we have to go the way that he wants us to go with the modular storage. So we're just going to do that for right now. We can do the storage tablet. It'd be like having a giant backpack. And I don't see why not doing it, but I want to get more gold set up before we do that, because right now we just don't have enough gold to worry about all that. So let's go ahead and get this done first. So I want to make the modular storage. This guy right down here. Modular storage from RFTools. So this is very easy. We made the machine frame last episode. So let's just get our modular storage. And voila. Then we get a smart wrench. Let's claim and get our smart wrench. Now that's all it tells us to do. But I mean, that's just the first part, is making the modular storage. Then you have to make your actual storage modules. So I'm going to make up to the tier 3, which is the highest one. It holds 300 individual blocks or stacks of blocks. So if you have your slime sling, that's considered one stack of an item because it's an unstackable item. Same with the smart wrench. I do believe the smart wrench also is an unstackable item. You know, your tools and stuff, those all count as one item, so it will fill up quickly if you're not managing your storage correctly. So, I mean, but there is other things that we could do later on that will make our lives a lot easier. One being one of the other storage options that you have, which if I can kind of see it in here, I think it's kind of hidden. It's got a chest right here, the storage scanner. This guy also works the same as this, except for it scans for your chests. Thing is, it uses power. This does not. So that's something else you have to keep in mind. Right now, I'm going to go with the no power option because it's perfectly fine for me, and it'll help us get some of the other things crafted. So let's go ahead and get this done. So we have the storage modular or storage module tier 1, and we need to make this first. Then we're going to make the tier 2. Each one requires a chest, so it's basically adding onto a chest, but really it's a lot more items than that. And then we're going to go to the tier 3. Now this one's where it gets into the blocks of quartz and 2 blocks of gold, which in this pack gold is kind of expensive, at least right now. It will get a lot easier on us later on. All right, and then the other hard part is figuring out where we're going to put this thing. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we can throw this guy in the floor. Or I could probably just set it right here. Why not? It doesn't have any requirements. And yeah, you have this giant empty setup here. So you need to take your tier 3 storage module and put it right here where that guy sits. And then we can start pumping items in here. I do want to take my respirator out. And yeah, we just start throwing items. Now, you can sort your items in different ways. You don't have to sort it like this. You can sort it like your RF system or your AE system or however you want to do it. Or you can do it like this where you have your items sorted. It's all up to you on what your preferences are. I mean, if you know what the name is, you can just search it there. Also, you have this tab over here that holds, I think it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different recipes that you can just quick select, a lot like how this works with your 9 recipes over here. But this one works the same way. So if you want to auto craft chest, you can just set it up right here. But they're going to be using this for other things later on. And as you can see, you can store the recipe and all that good stuff. And you can also click on your things on the side here and click the items in, and it'll actually make the item, as crazy as that sounds. And then of course you can click it out, or you can right click on this central block here and it will clear the entire grid. So you can right click all the items out, but I recommend using your right click and it'll clear the entire grid for you. And then this is craft 1 item at a time, 4 at a time, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they just don't have 1 half stack. I don't know, but I guess it's the different variables you can have, and then craft a whole stack. And that's how you would craft your items, by clicking these buttons. So yeah, this is a kind of a breakdown of how this works. On here, you can see there is a bar that kind of indicates how full this is. And what I want to do is mainly get a lot of my metals and materials in this chest for easy access, so I can search mainly. A lot of our items that we use a lot for crafting, I want in here. Such as wood. I'm going to get some quartz. We have a lot of items in here that I think belong in this chest and not in here. And this is just going to make life a lot easier for us when we go to craft things. As you can see, this is slowly but surely building up. And I think that, I mean, we could honestly almost have all of our materials in here from our chests, you know, but I just kind of want to limit it right now because we do have a lot of just junk laying around that I just don't want in here. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get all my stuff kind of sorted. The majority of my stuff that I want inside my container. And I'll be right back. All right, so the next thing that we need to get into is probably this section right here, compact ore processing, which I think is going to help us out a lot. Now, I did make more machine frames than what it asked me to, mainly because I know I'm going to need to make more of these machines than what is listed here. But the main thing is getting a furnace, which this redstone furnace is going to change a lot of stuff because it basically replaces this guy. I mean, it replaces our ore processing. I don't think... Let's see. How do can we get glass? Actually, probably the better way to look is this right here. Okay, can we get it in the redstone furnace? Oh, we can. So now we can turn sand into glass with... Yeah, we just basically replaced this whole thing. You know, the funny thing is, I never actually got to use this guy. The induction heater. It just requires way too much power for what we currently have. Like, it really does. And now that we have more power and we're at the point where we can replace this, I don't see the point of the induction heater. But, I mean, that's, you know, how it is. But, I think we need to kind of get going here. So let's go ahead and get the redstone reception. As you can see, it requires some special stuff from forestry. So we need this circuit board, which requires gold. And of course, acid. And then there is the... Where's it at? I wonder, does the pulverizer... The pulverizer will turn it into dust, so we don't even need the other machine, can't even think of what it's called. At least we don't need it yet. I haven't come across it, but to make the dust. Let's see, the induction smelter, we don't need this stuff yet. The compactor, that's the other one we need. Okay, that's another gold. And then we also need the factorizer, which requires some lead, redstone servo, a frame device, which, okay, and yeah, that's actually really easy. So the only real thing here that we need are 2 of these circuit boards, which is just gold. Okay, well, that's good to know. I have my gold nuggets in here. There we go. That's 8 of them. And let's just change the recipe. And throw those in there. There we go. And that should make them fairly quick. Look at that. And we're good to go. Okay. So let's go ahead and make this guy. So that's 1 reception coil. The problem is I don't have that much gold. So I may have to stop this process here. Let it do its thing. Okay, that's done. Let's change this over. We'll throw this in, get some ingots going. Yeah. That's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to get ingots going as best we can. So we need a few more ingots. Okay. So while I wait for that, let's go ahead and get some other things done. We should be able to go ahead and make this, I do believe. The bricks. That's what I love about this crafting station too. I mean, you can just craft everything right away. Ah, it's so nice compared to what we had. And of course I had copper gears, which is always nice. It looks like it just literally just ran out of copper gears. But the good thing is with the copper, we can literally make gears like super fast now. Okay. And the compactor, what does this require? Another one of those? I am missing just 1 nugget. Not anymore. There we go. So the compactor, let me just make sure that's what we need. It is, okay, compactor. This requires bronze and a piston. And I almost forgot, I don't have my pistons in here. And am I really out of bronze? It was showing that I was missing bronze. It just has the wrong recipe for the bronze. So, a little bit of conflict there, which is perfectly fine. But you can change it yourself if you want to. So there you go. So the copper is done. We can throw the pistons back in. And now we need the factorizer, which is one of these machine frames. Right here. Converted. Oh, I forget sometimes that you can't actually... sometimes it won't let you do the craft if you place the items in by hand. I don't know why it does that, but that's just how it is. Alright, and then the factorizer. So let's go ahead and get one of those. Lead, iron gears, which I think I have. And we need a crafting grid. So, there we go. Factorizer. And that's everything. Everything it asked of us. And then we get a crescent hammer. Perfect. So let's go power these things up. And then we can actually set, semi-automate it. With this, you can actually use chests. And I thought I had some chests on me. I do. There's some chests. So with these, you can actually just use chests. And I'm going to put it over here for now. Because I already ran my power in preparation for it. So we'll set our furnace up here. Compactor here. Factorizer, you can go there. Kind of a weird machine, but I don't know. It's there. Okay, so what we can do is on this one, input chest, output chest, input chest, output chest. And I'm not worried about this one. This does split, combined. It basically breaks your blocks down. What was this right here? This turns it into the block. Okay. Interesting. I just seen something now that I'm looking at it. How am I going to run my power? Derp. Okay. We'll do it like this. We'll just move everything. That had a very weird texture when it did that. Alright, so this should be a little bit better. So now we can have our chest set up. And this is just, you know, temporary, like I said. But let's go ahead and get some cabling. And this should power right up. Look at it go. Now, this should be enough power to do some of the basic operations that I need it to do. Mainly on the furnace. I need to turn these into nuggets. So that's basically, I guess that's what it's doing. It's going to create a little miniature factory. So let's go ahead and get a few things over here, and we're going to see what this can do. Now that I think about it, we may actually change this whole setup to do something else. Let's see. Let's put this guy. The compactor, this doesn't do the nuggets to blocks, does it? Or nuggets to ingots? This does the nuggets to ingots. Yes, this does nuggets to ingots. Okay. So let's put this guy here. We'll configure this to have this an input. Input on this side. Auto input enabled. So it should pull our items. This will be output. Let's go ahead and just clear everything here. This will be output. This will be input. Auto input. And we can have it output to this chest. It's going to be weird. I don't know what to do exactly with this yet. I'm going to leave this alone. Let's just clear this for now. I don't want anything I don't want this to output anywhere yet. But our stuff should end up in this chest. So, if I get 10 going in here. Excuse me. Oh yeah, totally enough power. 20 RF per tick. We're producing way more than that. It's producing nuggets. The nuggets are then going in here. This should be in combine mode. And we'll combine those nuggets, or those ingots into nuggets. Or those nuggets into ingots. Okay, and then we need this to extract. There we go. And we're getting that done. The only problem is, what do we do when there's not enough nuggets in here? That's when we're going to run into an issue. So, I don't know. We just basically can let this process though, but man, that goes a lot faster now. And it just runs off of power. So I can take all of this unprocessed material and literally just throw it in this chest and it's good to go. And eventually we can have a setup where it automatically pipes into here. But we're getting really close to not even needing this setup anymore. I am almost positive that we're going to be moving away from getting those materials that way. Yeah, we can just take all this and, man, we're ready to rock and roll. Alright, so I think it's time to move towards this litherite. I think it's how it's pronounced. Litherite crystal. We need to get this done because I really want to get the miner up and running as soon as I can. And, I mean, powering it's going to be a little difficult. But like I said, there is a power generation that I am going to be working on. And that should blow this out of the water. Because it can generate close to 10,000 RF per tick. And that's using RFTools only, and it's really, I mean, it's pretty cheap. It only requires maybe the hard part to be a half a stack of diamond. But at this point, we have so much diamond, it's kind of unreal. Alright, so let's go get my ender dust. I'm gonna go ahead and break this guy. Let me turn this off for a second. And we'll turn that back on. And I'm gonna grab all of my diamond dust. I'm only going to do half of this for right now, because from what people were saying, don't need that much. So I'm going to do 15 and 15. That's going to get me the Enderium dust. And then we're going to throw that in here. Now, from what everybody says, I mean, I should get close to what I need to get out of here. I just need to make sure that I have glass going. That is a thing. So make sure I have a bunch of glass. Let me grab some more sand. We have so much sand. And just keep this fueled. And that way we can just keep everything going in here because, yeah, this is a handful when you let this go. So, 15 of those. Fixing to pull one. Probably the first. Yeah, it looks like the first one it's going to pull. Hasn't even pulled it yet. Okay, so there it goes. Did I do this right? Oh, this has to be smelted. Then it can be cooked down. Okay. So this has to be smelted first. Which won't take very long. Throw that in the electric furnace. And then we'll put it in there and see how that goes. Alright, so this has been going for a little while. And look at this, man. Just 15 of them got me this much. That's awesome. So that's way more than we needed, I'm pretty sure. Alright, also what I did was I processed up some steel wire and some aluminum wire. And all this together should get us what we need. And we also need some sticks. I think I have some sticks in here. But let's go ahead and take a look. So I have already kind of calculated how much you need. So for these, I should need close to 10. I think it was. In total, I'm going to need 26 sets. And, oh, actually, I'm going to need 7. Sorry, 7. So I need to just count out 7. And I should be good, right? So 7 of these. Or 7 sets of the 4. And 28, that should get me kind of what I need. And same for the redstone wire, I'm going to need the same stuff. So this is just going to use redstone and aluminum. And I should need 7 of those. Or 7 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which will be 28. And then, with what we have here, go ahead and throw those in there. This should be all that we have, right? We get 28 of them. I believe we only need 26 in total. And that should just be about it. We do need some basalt. So I'll need to grab some basalt out of here. I'll just throw that in there. That is the other crafting recipe. So let's take a look. So we need 24 structure frames. Tier 1. We need 20 structure panels, but the tier 1 structure frames are the most expensive and main part. So structure frame tier 1. This requires the concrete, which requires this. So we need enough for 24. So we're going to need 24 of them. I'm already out of the connectors. Oh, I totally did the calculation wrong. Way wrong. So yeah, I'm going to need a bunch more of these. Let's just, you know what, make as many as I got. So let's go ahead and make as many as I can of those. We'll eventually use HV wires anyway, so I'm not really concerned. And we'll make as many of those. There we go. And then we'll just make a bunch of those. That way we don't have to worry about it. So we are going to need, of the main structure frame, we are going to need, what was it, 24 of those. So there's your 24. And then, what else for the tier 1? I think that's it for this. So then we can just throw that in there and get what we need. There's 24 of the structures. Okay, and then we need structure panels. So let's take a look at the structure panels. If I remember correctly, there they are, structure panels. This is basalt surrounded by iron bars. With one of the connectors in the center. Okay. I don't know how many we actually have of this. But we're going to figure that out here in just a second. As soon as I figure out where my stuff's at. Structure panel. So I'll make 32 of those. That gets me a good amount. And then we're going to need 20 of these. We're already out of iron bars. So what that means, we're gonna make some. All right, so I still have it making some iron bars in the background, but I still think this is enough. Like, I have a stack and a half, so that should be good enough. So let's go back to making this. We need 20 of them. So there we go. And then we need a laser core and a lens. Okay. So the laser core, I'm pretty sure, it's pretty simple. We're gonna need 2 of those. And then we're also going to need a lens. Now, I'm going to make a clear lens, and then I'm going to dye that lens, because I actually want this to be cyan, because I was looking at the loot tables, and I want to get as many ender pearls as I can based off of this, and this is going to help me get those ender pearls through this process. So that's going to be my best bet. And then what else do I need? I need cyan dye. That's what I need right here, cyan. And to get cyan dye, it's pretty easy. Look at that, cyan dye. And then we can just mix the cyan dye with the laser, and there we go. And then that should have completed this. Yeah, that's all completed. And yeah, we even get an assembler when this is done, right? Now we need to make the void, we need to make the controller. So that's the other part. We need to make the void ore miner controller. So this is where these bricks come in handy. Oh, we also need some more of the concrete. Okay, and a diode. So, a couple of things. We make a diode. We need 2 more of those. And this stuff, which is... I do believe it's just the blocks mixed together, right? Yeah, it's just this. So, that's 4 of those. And then the Exoria artifact, which we can just make another one. And I believe that's it. And there we go. Sweet. A new way of resource gathering. So that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And now we have the assembler, so that should be a lot easier on us as well. So now we can just like set this thing up. And it'll do it for us. We just find a place to put it, set the controller down, and it should place it down for us. And now, if I remember correctly, this thing is a 5x5. The beginning one is. And it needs to be a clear open area. So if we do that, that'll be 3 this way. So I think right here, and then 1, 2. So if I place it right here, it'll be like right on the edge. So maybe place the center here. I think that'll be perfect. Okay. And I'm going to use the structure panels just for building blocks. And I think it's 3 high. Laser in the very bottom. Right here. The only problem with where I'm placing it is I hope I didn't place it going through my build. That's underneath. Let me actually go check before I do this. Oh, will it go through that though? No, I think it'll be fine. I don't think it'll go through. So that's okay. And then I think the controller goes on top of this. I think it's only 3 high that it needs. Once you get that built, then you can start constructing it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does need to go down 1. I'm just going to clear this whole area out and then replace it as needed. I kind of want it flush to the ground. You know, normally I don't do that, but I actually really want it to be flush. So I'm just going to kind of clear it out a little bit. There we go. And I'll continue to place it. Okay, so is that saying EF a tick 200? Is that saying it's only requiring 200 RF a tick? No way. No way is it only requiring 200 RF per tick. It might, though. If that's the case, this is going to be OP. It does say EF per tick, which I think is the same as the conversion rate for RF. I think we're generating close to that. Something like that, anyways. Let's actually try this out. I was going to, you know, next episode we are going to do some power stuff, but I mean, if that's what I think it is, let's actually just get a chest for now. We're going to place a chest right here. I do need to kind of mine down. That's the only thing I haven't done yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mine this down all the way to the bedrock level. Hopefully I don't die to lava or something like that down here. Oh, this does go through one of the sides. It just barely missed this area. That's so crazy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mine down all the way to bedrock, and I'll be back. All right, so I got this tunneled all the way down to bedrock, as you can see. And we can now go back up top. And once we hook some power up to this, it should be good. Oh, I never know. I didn't know you could just right-click the top and it tells you what you need. I'm still kind of curious about that 200 RF. Or EF is what it means. That's what we're about to find out, though. So let's go ahead and get to this. I don't think that this will reach, per se, right across here. Might have to do some wire finagling. Kind of get some goofy looking wire stuff going on. I don't know. Or I can make a post, but I really don't want to do that either. I want this to go across here. So actually what I'm gonna do, just put a basalt pillar. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hook up some cabling. And I guess make my way up here. And this, I mean, this may not be enough to power this thing, but we're going to be pretty close. I mean, we're generating 30 RF per tick on these, plus the, I think it's like 100 something RF down below as well. So we may, you know, use up all of our power, but we're going to be pretty close to getting this thing fully running. And I can't actually see the power bar on this thing, which is kind of weird. But is it working? That's the question. It is working. It's just going to be slow, of course, because it is a slow process, but it's showing owner, chosen architect, 200 EF per tick. I wonder what power source is EF from? Industrial foregoing power? That's interesting. It's kind of cool that it's using that. Oh, we got one thing. Pulverized gold. So yeah, it's working. So look at that. We now have a resource generator for us. Pretty cool. Well, guys, I have a little bit of AFKing to do, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up. By the way, I do have a Discord if you guys want to pop on there. We're almost at 1,000 members on the Discord, so yeah, it's a jam-packed place to come hang out and definitely chat with me and everybody else, and also do some voice chat and things like that. We have some fun on there, definitely. And yeah, I'll see you there. And as always, thanks for watching.
Let's go!